Jaya Raja Gokula Nanda Raja Gokula Nanda Raja Gokula Nanda Shri Radhe Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Gauranita 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 Jaya Gauranita Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Shri Radha Gokunanda ki Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Shri Konithaya ki Thai Gaura Pramananda Hari Hari Go. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you. Welcome to another evening of Bhagavad Gita. And today I'll be discussing on chapter 2. Text 5, and I will be sharing my realizations. I'm currently doing the Bhakti Sastri, so I'm doing the study of the Gita, an act of devotion, an act of instruction. Before we begin, we usually say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, so if you would like to repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You're reading from chapter 2, text 5. Contents of the Gita summarized. Bear with me while I find it. Please apologize for my Sanskrit. It's not the best, but I will give it a go. Guran ahatvahi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhuktam bhashisham abhihaloke Hatvarata kamastu gurun ihava Munjiya bhogan rudhir pradingdhan Gurun ahatvahi mahanu bhavan Shreyo bhuktam bhakshayam abhihaloke Hatvartha kamastu gurun ihava Munjya bhogan rudhir pradigdan. Would anybody like to have a go? Sing, please. Gurun Hatvahi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhuktam Vaisham Api Loke Hatvartha Kamastu Gurun Ihava Mujiya Bhogan Rudhir Pradighadan. Gurun Hatvahi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhuktam Vaisham Api Loke Hatvartha Kamastu Gurun Ihava Muncheya Bhogan Rudhir Pradighadan. Okay, word for word translation. Gurun, the superiors. Ahatva, not killing. He, certainly. Maha Anubhavan, great souls. Shreya, it is better. Bhoktam, to enjoy life. Vaiksham, by begging. Api, even. Iha, in this life. Loke, in this world. Hatva, killing. Artha, gain. Kamam, desiring. To, but. Gurun, superiors. Iha, in this world. Eva, certainly. Munjaya, one has to enjoy. Bhogan, enjoyable things. Hridhira, blood. Pradighadan, tainted with. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we join will be tainted with blood. Purport. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engaged in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance. Although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial considerations, under the circumstances they have lost the respectabilities of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. Om Jnanat Madandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvedam Savadutam Padijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shivishakam Vitamsha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpite Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Ganta Namoshtate Tapta Kanchana Godanji
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishamanu Sudhireve Padamani Hari Priye Vanshagal Padarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Bhadiranan Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavyo No Namo Namah Shri Krishna Jai Danya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. I sincerely request the prayers of the Vaishnavas and all the assembled devotees here present, listening to my class. I'm a fool, I cannot speak any words, but I simply try to repeat the words of my spiritual master, of Srila Prabhupada, and those all in line. So please bless me that I can say something meaningful and useful, and that will inspire you further in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So chapter 2, we can see how there's a discourse going on between Arjuna and Krishna. And it's a very intense moment in the battlefield. Arjun's asking, he's stopping right in the middle of the battlefield, and he's reflecting. And in this verse and throughout this chapter, we can see somewhat previously to the other chapter, although the other chapter was mainly outlining just setting the scene, just how things are, who the fighters were, and Arjun is speaking how and considering the different factors in the battlefield. He's meditating and he's thinking, is this the right thing we're doing? Am I fighting for the right reasons? Who am I up against? And what's the outcome of this battle? He's asking questions. When I think about when Arjun's asking these questions, that he's meditating and he's thinking about his position, this is also similar to our practice and how the starting of our spiritual life starts with Atho Brahma Jignasa. It starts with inquiry. So it seems, in one sense, you could say he's inquiring, and we can see this position of guru and disciple, which I'll come and touch upon that later in the purport and chapters. So we can see here that Arjun is approaching Krishna in a mood of humility, desperation, and he's asking he's speaking some very deepful thoughts. When he's looking at the battlefield, he's considering his reasons for fighting. He's thinking, well, what's the outcome of this battle? Okay, if I fight, then okay, I get the kingdom, but will I be satisfied? That's a very important question. Even in our material life, we question ourselves, am I going to be satisfied in what I get? Ultimately, everything that one aspires for, even in this material world, is happiness. Happiness is the basis of our life. And Arjun, he doesn't think he will be satisfied with getting the throne, with
winning the war, even which he doesn't even know if he's going to win or not win. And if he does win, then what results in, he believes, will be, as it says in the purport, tainted with blood. Arjuna, he's a Satriya, and the reasons he's giving, I'll find the reasons. There's about 5 reasons that Arjuna gives in terms of fighting. I can't remember on top of my head. Compassion is one. I think his family decision is also another. There's a few other reasons, but they're not coming to my head at this time. And so he's mentioned some valid reasons as to why he should not fight. We all understand that Arjuna is a Satriya. That's how his nature is. A Satriya is one who protects one from harm. And we can see that incident of how Draupadi got disrobed in the assembly with the presence of Duryodhana, Bhishma, and others. And we can see that Bhishma, Drona, they when such a scene was happening, they were not interfering at all. This gave a sense of being on the side of Duryodhana, because they did not go against Duryodhana. Therefore, it can be understood that Drona and Bhishma were on the side of Duryodhana. But it's interesting because he's a what do you call it? The 12, one of the Mahajans. So that's interesting. But later we come to realize that this is all Krishna's arrangement. He's having it for Krishna's pleasure. But aside from that, the reasons he gives, it doesn't fit Arjuna's personality. He has that spirit of fighting, and he's saying that I think it's best for me to go in the forest than to go against Bhishma and Drona, because he sees them as superiors, such great souls. Bhishma, who took that vow, a terrible vow, we all know. So it's funny, because then in the next 2 verses we have this very key important shloka. Garipanya dosh pahata swabhavaha pachami tvam dharma samudajetaha yakshaya shaya nishchitan bruhitan me sheshaste ham sadi mam tvam prapanam. So Arjuna, he's confused about what he really needs to do. He's lost all his composure. He's completely, there's not a sense of like strength in him. He's just like, and he's asking Krishna, what should I do? Krishna, he looks Krishna as his friend, and now he's saying that I'm your disciple, soul surrendered into you. So we can see the dynamic between Arjuna and Krishna. So in the beginning, it was a friendly relationship. They were just discussing. But now Arjuna has now taken the position of a disciple. And now Krishna can see that because he's given these reasons, okay, I will take the position of a guru. So now Krishna starts to instruct him. He explains about what his duties is, what needs to be done, and he now brings the perspective of spiritual life. One of the first and foremost key things in spiritual life that Krishna mentions is Dehinosmin yatha dehe kauvaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhiras tatra namuyanti. He's mentioning about the soul, and how the soul, it goes from one body to the next. It goes from boyhood to youth to old age to then death, and then he moves on. The soul moves on. It's indestructible, and that one who knows this, he should not lament, nor grieve, because the soul is eternal. So Arjun can't see that. Arjun, he's on the level of the material spectrum. And when we're on the material spectrum, then we see things in balance. We just don't see quite things there. We don't see things in perspective, in reality. The reason why Krishna can see everything in reality is because everything comes from him. Krishna is Bhagwan. What does that mean? Bhagwan means that he has all the qualities, everything in full, all opulence, all strength, all beauty, all renunciation, all fame, and all opulences. So he mentions about this and how that if one takes to realizing the soul, and that we take to Vigyan, then we realize that really you're not really killing them anyways, because the soul is indestructible. It's interesting. What I find most interesting is that Krishna later on, he mentions that actually, even if you do kill them, really they're all ready to be killed, because he has a universal form, and because Krishna says, I am the destroyer of time. So really, everything is being done. Everything is set in stone. All you have to do is carry it out. And even if you do not carry it out, it's still going to happen. So then, Krishna says also in the text 37, either you be killed on the battlefield and you attain the honey of planets, or you conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Either way, the result is still the same. Therefore, he says to Arjuna, get up and fight. Why does he say that? Because he's a Sattva. A Sattva spirit is that which has determination in his blood. He's always has that anger. Anger is needed for a Sattva. He is protecting Dharma. If anybody is going against Dharma, then violence is needed. And that the killing that Arjuna is seeing is on a material spectrum, whereas Krishna, he's like, no, this killing is needed, it's necessary, it's all ready to be done. That's also one other reason why he was also hesitant, was that he saw on the opposition side his family. And he was saying, how am I going to fight these people? These are my family, these who I grew up, these who I look up to. This is impossible to move by. And therefore he says, it's better to Shishi Radha Gokulanda ki jai, Shishi Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shishi Gaunitaya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Better either than go begging than to not even fight them. Who am I, he's thinking. So then we can see this is not going to work out. And even if he does go to the forest, it's not going to work out how Arjuna thinks it is, because he's thinking, okay, then everything will be natural, peaceful, but it won't be peaceful. It won't be what he expected, because Krishna says you're going to be a coward. They're all going to call you a coward. Better you get up and fight. And he sees that what Arjuna has, his compassion for his family, is just a mere petty weakness of heart. It doesn't suit Arjuna's Sattva spirit. Especially with Arjuna's power, everything he possesses, he has such strength. There's nothing that Arjuna can't do. And on top of that, it doesn't even fit his personality. He's been trained like this. There's this pastime, I think it's with Jonah, when each of them comes when they were younger, when they are being trained in combat. There was this bird, I don't remember all the details, but I remember it from what I've heard, that he's asking each one of the students, so he asks, when you see this bird, when you have the arrow ready, okay, you kill, okay, the target is there, the bird, you shoot it. But he's asking first, what do you see? And it's like, okay, well, I see the trees, I see the grounds, I see the things. Like, okay, next. Then he asks for Bhima, what do you see? I see this, I see the trees, I see just the bird. It's like, okay, then he asks Nakula and Sahadev, okay, what do you see? I see these. But Arjuna, when he comes, he's like, I only see the eye of the bird. And he tells him, shoot. And he gets it just right. So we can see the level of determination. We can see his level of focus. So Arjuna, he's just no ordinary person. It's funny. I find it funny that the position Arjuna is also the things we are also experiencing. It's not a matter of just, okay, this is the knowledge, and yeah, okay, this is just a fatal, this is a myth, this is just, yeah, just legendary, but how does this relevant to my life? This is also relevant to your life. When family members passed away, we become weak, we lament, we grieve, similar to how Arjuna is. And you know, I don't know how I can deal with just such family members passing away, you know. Okay, we have their fortune, we have everything comes to us. That kind of, yeah, somewhat subsides the pain, but the pain is still there. This is because we're lamenting, grieving, because of the body, because our attachment to body. And this is from time immemorial, from birth after birth, has been the problem. We've been doing this again, and again. It's the chewing of the chew. We've not been doing this the first time, the second time, but millions of times, so many times. So welcome. We're here again. So now let's try to learn the lessons that Krishna is giving and try to understand that we are the spirit soul, and that our main thing is that we understand who we are, what is our relationship, and who Krishna is, and how do we go back. This can be described in three ways: Abhideya, Prajna, and Sambandha. Abhideya is the process, Sambandha is the relationship, and Prajna is the goal. And when we have three things, then we can perfect our spiritual life. Let me see if I've got any other than that. Trying to think if I have. Just bear with me. Let me see if I've. Not many mates. My preparation to this class was a bit last minute, and plus I have a headache. But I try my best to give whatever I can. Krishna, he's taken the position of the Guru, and that's also another main thing that we need in our life. When we see the thing with Arjun, he's in a dilemma. He's not sure whether to fight or not to fight. If he fights, then this happens. If he fights, then this happens. There's consequences. And sometimes this is also our spiritual life. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to turn. And such instance, this is where one needs the Guru. What can we do without the Guru? It's mentioned, I think by Rupa Goswami, that the first thing one should do is Guru Pada Ashraya. Have a Guru. Pay obeisances to the lotus feet of Guru. Guru is very important. Without Guru, where could we be? The Guru is the mercy form of the Lord. And sometimes when we try to get to such a level of Krishna who is on this transcendental level, and we're on the material level, we can sometimes fall, well, most of the times we fall very short of reaching that platform. Therefore, if we have the Guru can close that gap. In one lecture, Prabhupada was mentioning that if you give yourself to this whole process, 100% to Krishna conscious, you'll go back to Radha. And devotees were a little bit shaken, like, ooh, 100%, I'm not sure if I can do that. Like, okay, if you can give 80% to Krishna, then your life will be successful and you can go back to the devotees. It's like, oh, that's still shaken. Okay, 60%, 60%. Submit to Krishna. Give your life in Krishna conscious. No, fine. I have if you distribute Lord Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's books until your dying days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will also come and deliver you. He'll come personally to come to this material world to deliver you. That was amazing. Actually, it's another pastime. Actually, Prabhupada saying in this story, in this pastime, he was saying that I actually have the key to the back door of Goloka, Vrindavan. So it's amazing how the Guru, he uplifts us, he is empowered. And the Guru, he practices what he preaches. Ultimately, the Guru is one who teaches by example. And and by example, he brings the disciple to that level. He inspires him to give him a vision that he never thought he had in the first place. Therefore, the Guru is very important. The Guru is ultimately the one who can bring us to Krishna. Therefore, we are praying every day. We sing the Guru Padma Charan. We are saying that the Guru, he's on the boat. He's on the boat and he can carry us from the ocean of nescience to lightness. Therefore, one should not hesitate in jumping on the boat, because this material existence, this material whole universe, it's described as pain, suffering. That's nothing going to come of good. Therefore, one must get out of the blazing fire of this material existence. Samsara dava nanalita loka tranaya karunya ganata. These are all just some of my thoughts on this verse and some of the things I had to share. I think I had many more things to share, but they're not coming to my mind. So I'll end here and I'll open it up for some discussion. Maybe you have some comments or questions. So we have 15 minutes till Gaurati, so please ask away any doubts, comments, criticisms. I'm open to suggestions. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. I also forgot to mention that Krishna also says later on in Karma Yoga, do your duty and work for me. I'll free you from all reactions also. That Krishna was there. And if you fight for Krishna, then we are also free from reactions. So that similarly, this is also for us also, that even like, for example, I'll give you Pushadam, we take Pushadam, we offer it to the Lord. And that if one doesn't offer it, then we're technically eating karma. And it's described, it's very heavy. But I read that if one doesn't offer it, we're as good as the dogs and the hogs, because they're verily eating sins. So Krishna is also there. That is also there. That if Krishna is involved, then we're also free from reactions. Therefore, he says at the end, the conclusion of the Gita, Sarvadam pravijaja mam ekam saranam vaja ham tvam I can't remember the yes. So he's saying, abandon all varieties and surrender unto me. I'll free you from all reactions. Do not worry. Do not fear. So Krishna is, because he knows Arjun very well, and he has such a relationship with Arjun. it's amazing because even Arjuna, even Krishna, he's Parsathasi, he's taken the position of a chariot driver. And the chariot driver is like it's not the best position to be in. Sometimes because it's such an intense battlefield. There's not really time, and you can't really say go left, go right. It's like you're not going to be hit. So therefore, Arjuna has to sometimes put his leg on Krishna, and that's Krishna. That's like, imagine if we went to the altar and put our legs on Krishna. It's like, that's unimaginable. But for Krishna, Arjuna, because they're so advanced, elevated, only Arjuna can do that in this scenario. Amazing. Jai, Hare Krishna. Anything else to add? Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhu. Mm. Yeah. Yes, he says that. He says that in one of the verse. Yeah, I can find that now. He's. Yeah, so he's saying here, no, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall you any of you cease to be. So it was always eternal, this relationship, and this is our problem, that we have this forgetfulness, avidya. We turn away from Krishna, and for that reason, we don't remember anything that happens in our past. To be honest. And for most of us, we don't even remember what happens last week or even, yesterday, let alone, what's happening in the last hour or morning, Memory is very short, Our mind is chanchalam, flickering us, always accepting, rejecting, it's so hard to attain. But Krishna, he's Rishikesh, master of the senses. So he knows what needs to be done. And yes. Anything else? Anything else to share? Any questions or comments before I end here? Nope. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Apologies for my structure. It wasn't fully structured. I have a bit of a severe headache, but I've done my best in such circumstances. So I thank you so much for listening. Hare Krishna.
Oh, your phone and your English. Oh.
Huh? Yeah.
गोकुलानंद की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, गौरव की जय। की बजयो जय गौरा छन्दे आरती को शोभा। की बजायो जय गौरा चांदे आरती को शोभा। जग मन लोभाया जाना भी तत्वानी जग मन लोभाया। द्वैताश्रीनी वास छत्रधारा श्रीनी वास छत्रधारा বসে আছে গৌরাচা রত্ন সিংহাসনে আছে গৌরাচা আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদি शिखर ताला मधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला मधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला बहुकोटि चंद्रहीनी वदन ज्वाला बहुकोटि चंद्रहीनी वदन ज्वाला गाला देसे बनमाला पुरे झलमाला गाला गाला देसे बनमाला पुरे झलमाला आला शिवा सुख नारद हिमी गद गदा शिवा सुख नारद शिवा सुख नारद हिमी गद गदा भक्ति विनोदा देखी गोरार संपादा भक्ति विनोदा देखी गोरार संपादा भक्ति विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्यता देशतारिणे सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंद कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. गोकुलानंद की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, श्री गौरानिताय की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। वंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashto Tirasata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanada Vindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashto Tirasata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Prem Sikho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Sari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Jagannathpur Dham Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all for coming. Now we'll have Nishinga prayers. So if you know the lyrics, you can sing along with us. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Jai Chaitanya Bhagavan ki Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming. Now we'll have some prasad, Mahaprasad, in the reception area. And the next darshan will be at 9 p.m. Hare Krishna.